Okay, we are going to talk about how to solve decimal number stories. This should be a pretty quick one. The first thing we need to do that I often forget, you guys know this by now, we need a number model and an estimate. So for number one here, Janelle bought milk and bread. Bought two things. Including the tax, the milk cost $2.68 and the bread cost $3.42. So how much did Janelle spend altogether? So we're going to have to add these two numbers together because we're talking about milk and bread. We need to figure out a number model here. And of course, this could be taking this guy and adding it to this guy. So our number model is going to be 342 or 268, whichever one you want to go first, plus 268, $2.68 or 2.68 equals an unknown. You can go with a question mark, you can go with a variable. I'm going to go a little indecision here. I'm going to go with the A for answer. So we need an estimate, and our estimate here, what you want to do is you want to keep in mind that we have a couple of benchmarks. Is it closer to a full dollar? Is it closer to half a dollar? Which way do we want to go? And I know $2.68. 68 cents is pretty close to 250. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this down and call him 250. And when I look at 342, I know that's also only 8 cents away from 350. So I can do this mental math. I know 250 plus 350, 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then 50 and 50, that would equal another dollar. So our estimate is about $6. Now for the actual problem, we're going to set this up just like a standard addition problem with one key thing that we want to keep in mind. We want the decimal point to line up right as we go down. So 268, 342. We're going to solve this guy just like normal. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry the 1. 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus that 1 becomes 11. Carry. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. So all together, Janelle spent $6.10. Now the trick is these aren't all addition problems. In fact, I'll take a look at number 2 real quick. Gene bought a book for $8.79. Okay, so go up to the register and there's a price tag. It's $8.79. And Gene paid with a $10 bill. So how much change did Gene get back? So the first thing is, what kind of problem is this going to be? And if you're the cashier, you receive the $10 bill, and you're going to have to find out the difference between 10 and $8.79 because Gene is owed some change here. He paid more than it actually cost. So anytime we're talking about difference, we're talking about subtraction. So we're going to do 10 minus $8.79 equals, I'm going to do the little t, a variable. This is question mark or unknown, so we're going to have to solve for t. And we're going to estimate. We don't really need to change to 10 because he's pretty rounded as it is. But the $8.79, last time we said 68 was pretty close to 50 cents. In this case, 79 is closer to rounding to the next dollar. We're pretty close to $9. So we're going to estimate as 10 minus 9 equals 1. So around, just an estimate, about $1 and change is where we should end up. So the trick for this one, since you might be looking and you say, okay, well, I know we have one decimal, but 10's not a decimal. This might work best for you if you turn 10 into a decimal. $10.00. And now when we do the subtraction, we have things aligned here. And this is going to be one of those fun subtraction problems where you can't do 0 minus 9. You can't take 9 away from nothing. So you're going to have to borrow. But this next category has nothing to borrow. And neither is this category. We have to go all the way to a 1. And the 1 is going to swing over here for a minute, but he needs to then be redirected down here and finally to here. So this becomes a 10, and these, because they lost the 1 that they borrowed, turn into 9s. And we took from him, so nothing's left there. So now we have 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 9 minus 8 is 1. For a grand total of $1, or $1 singular, and 21 cents in change. There's a couple ways. This is not, I mean, I took the long way to get this answer. If you're talking about being a real cashier, they're not going to sit back and borrow and write it all out. Chances are they'll be able to tell that, hey, you know I need at least $1 to get from 10 to at least $9. And then in their head, they'll probably be able to say, well, there's going to be on top of $1, also another dime will get us down to $8.90. Another dime will get us down to $8.80, and a penny. A dime, and a penny is 21, which will get you to $1.21 as well. Either way works. All right, guys.